Good morning. I'm your friend Scotty Ray as we get this day underway. Odie is back from a mini vacation.
We are back. Well, I had to.
How's Mom?
Mom's doing great. She did good. So now it's like everything else. Well, we don't know. We'll have to schedule a whole nother appointment and get you to come back, and we'll tell you what all we found out today. So
that happens.
Over there and killed two birds with one stone. I needed to go over there for work and do some stuff with some radio equipment. So got all that took care of yesterday too. So had a very productive day. It started early, but no earlier than what it does any other day. So what the heck?
Get it together. You were just on the road a lot.
I was just on the road a lot. That's all.
Vivian Lee, we welcome you to watch the show. Bob,
yeah.
Welcome. We're so glad to see Ray and everyone else joining us. We appreciate each and every one of you as we begin this. Now, again, as we talked about during the 6 o'clock show, it's going to be sort of a wet day. Expect that late in the afternoon is what we're going to be getting those showers in.
Which means slow down, especially if you're headed north on 59, right before you get into Meridian. Slow down on Dead Man's Curve, because if you're going too fast when you make that turn, you're going to end off in a ditch and you'll meet us out there.
I forget which day it was that you were out. Did you see where the hot air balloon found some electrical lines later this week?
No.
Yeah, not here, not locally. It was a national story, but I thought of you.
Yeah.
Odie and his hot air balloon riding. Tragedy. I've never wanted to do this either. I've never wanted to be in a hot air balloon or be a rock climber. And I don't know enough about it, but apparently if you're in teams, you tie yourself to each other in case one slips, you catch each other.
Yeah, and you're attached to the rock.
Right. It didn't work out so well. 2,300 feet they fell. They have been found. They were both professionals at this. This wasn't somebody that just went out for a weekend adventure. They did this kind of like for a living. She was a trainer and he was competing. Mount Zebrin, I guess you pronounce it that way, in Italy. I can't even imagine.
No, I couldn't even.
I don't want to even think of it there. Let's see here. Real Housewives. Did you see this one?
No, didn't see that one.
This stuff is that term of you just can't make this up. Real Housewives star Donna Manzo.
Yeah, we'll go with Manzo.
Ex-convicted of mob assault on her new husband. Her ex tried to put out a hit on her new husband there. And you want to talk about some...
well...
Yeah, it's sometimes just to marry low-profile people and stay away from all this type stuff there.
Yeah.
Oh, so here we are as we begin today, and we're so glad that you chose us. We got a lot to talk about what's going on in the last 24 hours in our little local area. It's always something. Is this boom? It's always happening.
There's always something going on.
It is.
There's never a dull moment. I wake up to something new every day. Yeah.
As we're getting closer and closer to the big election that is coming up in November, it's hardly this has finally got it. We've been hearing it for 4 years, but here it comes. It's right around the corner.
We're getting there.
A lot of talk of what's going to become of this with what's happened in the last few days. Will it affect it? We got some stories that we'll bring up and point out from all of that big stuff this weekend also. Let's see.
Yeah. There was...
I bring this up because you always bring Harold up.
We got to. Harold,
the
Clark
donkey.
County Sheriff Department member.
I didn't know that this was a real donkey. And this is in California. Let me show you a picture of the donkey there. There he is. That is actually Shrek. That's who they did the...
Really?
Yeah. And he's been sent to the old donkey farm. And the town they have like a little petting zoo in this little California town, and he's there, and they've raised some money to live out the rest of his life on a donkey farm there. So that's good news there.
Well, yeah.
I did not know that that was really an actual donkey. I just thought they
knew they drew one.
Yeah. But Eddie Murphy, there he is right there. That was one funny donkey.
And, I tell you, Eddie is, it doesn't matter if it's a voiceover or not. He is hilarious.
I thought we'd show a few of the storm clouds from yesterday afternoon. Boy, did they roll in, and were they ferocious. As we look at this, here's the skies here as we look toward Philadelphia yesterday. Look at this. It was a bunch of them as the storms turned black. Had a bunch of them. That one was a pretty rough looking one there.
Yeah.
But we got a lot of pictures in yesterday, and we appreciate that as well. It is midweek. What do we call that, Odie?
It is hump day. It finally got here. Friday's coming. Just hold on.
Yeah. We're right around the corner. And coming. We're going to tell you about a truck fire that happened yesterday. It was very blazing.
I bet they could buff that up.
We'll talk about that next. Scotty Ray and Odie, let's put a smile. Let's make the world a better place. Looking for a great place to eat? Well, come explore the great flavors of the French Quarter in downtown Enterprise. Whether you're in the mood for a romantic night out, a family dinner, or a cozy atmosphere with great service that make dining with the French Quarter an unforgettable experience. Drop by today and taste our delicious dishes. Come explore the flavors of the French Quarter. 120 West Bridge Street, downtown Enterprise. Call 601-659-0500, the French Quarter. The Precast Group, offering you the best selection when it comes to a storm shelter. Located on 145 South in Meridian, where they offer above-ground shelters that can be installed in your home as you're built-in, are conveniently located right outside your home if it's already built. They also offer storm shelters that can be installed in a slight bank or on flat ground. Protect your family today with a very affordable storm shelter from the Precast Group. Highway 145 South, 601-482-0003. The Precast Group.
Mow, dig, haul, trench. The reliable Kubota BX Series subcompact tractor is highly capable. A smooth hydrostatic transmission makes for easy operation and versatile attachments that help you handle the job. The Kubota BX Series, rated #1 in durability and owner experience. Talk to your Kubota dealer to schedule a demo.
Welcome back. Your friend Scotty Ray along with Odie. Don't forget to get your birthdays, your anniversaries, and all that good stuff. We missed a couple of yesterday. We'll be giving away the Hyundai of Meridian.
But we're going to catch up. We got two of them that was missed yesterday that we're going to push out. So if you had a birthday yesterday, hang on. We might call your name.
And what he's trying to say is me and Greg might have missed it. It's what he was politically trying to say.
I don't know about you, but Greg did. But it's okay.
I think most Americans, as I bring this up before we get into a couple of local things, I don't think I'm shining a light that no one has noticed. More and more over the last 3.5 years, we've noticed that 1600 Pennsylvania Avenue, the commander-in-chief, sometimes misses a few things or dozes off during a meeting, so to speak. Forgets who it is. And they say it's getting completely worse and worse, and that he's down now to where he'll be in a meeting and just freeze up. And then it comes back to him. Who was the guy that on the Republican side that's been doing the same thing that they're going to
McConnell.
He's done that.
Yeah, time for him to go too.
Because he was doing a press conference and just
froze up.
And then they tried to make up we'll call it a story about that. It's
Mitch McConnell,
Mitch.
That's right. It's time for him to go. He's
It
done.
is.
He is. It's all he's ever done the past 40 years. I think he did do something else in his previous life.
Bernie didn't.
Bernie had never done anything. The only check Bernie Sanders has ever gotten was issued from the government. You got that?
That's true.
Just about the same thing from
Mitch,
Biden.
Yeah, they've political careers.
Y'all keep putting these people in there that's been in there 40 years. They ain't done nothing in 40 years. What makes you think they did anything in the last 3? They didn't, they hadn't, and they won't.
I never see a system of this changing, though, to where there's term limits because they vote on it themselves. It almost needs to be like the Supreme Court votes on it to where they can't vote, something that benefits themselves.
Yeah.
Normally isn't a good thing. That's just my 2 thoughts on that. My 2 cents. 2 thoughts. Some days I don't even have 2 thoughts to it.
It'll be all right.
How's this stuff working out in California? As it's very progressive, as we know that they have moved the average minimum wage to $20 an hour. They have their first victim of it. A Mexican restaurant is having to close 48 locations. They just simply can't afford to stay in business anymore, Odie. That's reality. Now, for those that are going to argue with me, are there companies that pay CEOs too much? Yes, there is.
Well, yeah.
But you can't, a $4 hamburger, you can't pay the person making it $100,000 a year and stay in business, because the average guy can't buy your hamburger then.
However you want to look at this, we were all created for something.
Yes, everybody's got a talent.
God has given us a talent, whatever that talent may be.
And every time I stop by the Little Griddle, I think, boy, it's a talent. Man, that hamburger.
You can tell Greg's got a talent to eat. I think we all do.
Man, I've gotten into that.
But, fast food restaurants you have your people who make money, who can make ends meet. Then you have your management, who makes a little bit more.
Yeah.
And then you have entry level. That means entry into the workplace to teach you the value of $1 while you go to school and get you a degree and something that you like that's going to be a job where you make money. The reason we can't afford to live nowadays on making $18 an hour is because not only you paying taxes, but the business has to pay taxes.
Oh, yeah.
The business, when you pay taxes, the business matches the taxes that you paid. Then the business pays taxes. And it's because we keep giving money away and we have to keep raising taxes on business. Remember, we're only going to raise taxes on the wealthy.
Yeah.
Who owns these places?
Correct, and they pass that on.
wealthy.
And look at how much we give to these foreign countries, y'all.
Yeah.
Ooh. I tell you, as this stuff goes on, as they've taken away police, I'm not making this story up. California, let's go there. They're paving.
We ain't going there, but we'll talk about it.
Yeah, we're going to talk about it. They're paving the streets, and the company that was hired to pave the street went back to the truck, picked up the phone, and said, "Look, we ain't doing this. We are not going to lose our life over this. Crime was so bad, they quit paving the street and left." Now, tell me that ain't bad.
I can see that.
That is Oakland is where that happened. Hello. All right.
Look, when the football team left, said, we're done.
But you cannot, and I know I sometimes sound like a broken record. You have to have law and order. I know 3 or 4 years ago it was a thing to dismantle every police department in America. They didn't want anyone to, and you can't do that. You've got to have it. So there we go. We'll get back to some more national stories in a little bit.
Foreign aid. I'm against foreign aid. If you need something and you legitimately need it, let's help you out. Here's the thing.
But
Y'all
shouldn't they
want
pay that back?
Oh, you dang right. Y'all want me president? I'll end every war the United States is sitting in there right now. Here's my thing. We're through with it. Afghanistan, every one of y'all is coming right back home. And we're going to support the United States of America. Not a single vet's going to go unnoticed. And here's the thing. Afghanistan, it's on y'all. Y'all been around for thousands of years. However y'all want to act, y'all act. But let me tell you this. You make one mistake and come over here with one bullet, one boom kind of junk. And we will now have, what's that song? Paving Paradise. We fixing to have us a new beachfront property. The entire island
will be
beachfront, and we will own it, and you will not threaten anybody else. But until then, we're coming over here and minding our own business.
All these countries that we've gone into, they have oil wells. Should we not, that be the United States, or we own some land that if we give you billions that we own it now?
All your oil.
It's just a thought there.
There we go. Now, I like that one.
Defund
Congress.
Let's go to Highway 45, and let's go to, well, if you're standing at Mathis Peaches and stare south toward Quitman. What do I see, Odie?
That's some smoke.
Whoa,
right
it's
there.
a lot of smoke as we pull this up. And we'll show you a couple pictures of this. Let me hit play here. What we're going to see here is that Chevrolet amongst it burning. Look at that. It, to put it lightly, it didn't make it. Now, let me go back here and show you what it looks like after the fire went out. A little messy there as we pull this up. Here we go. This is what showed up after that fire. This is somewhere between a 94 to a 98 model Chevrolet, if I remember right, that body style. Nothing left of it. Now, what could have caused it, we're not sure. Anything can cause a car fire. We've seen it a lot.
Yeah.
Clark County Volunteer Fire Department, we appreciate them. Highway Patrol, Lauderdale County Sheriff's Department went out for that. Look at that. That's just smoke left.
That is, yeah, that's terrible. And I know I made a crack and a funny, and that is, it's not to be funny because
We
that's
knew what
someone's
you meant
truck,
by
that's
that.
someone's ride, and I know, and if they got mad at me, I'm sorry because you probably had a right to. And
Oh, I don't think. Odie getting into apologies early.
Yeah, well, you know.
I'm worried about you.
Yes, it ain't gonna buff out.
No, it's not going to buff out.
Now this one might.
Yeah, let's go ahead and just jump right on in here. I couldn't help but head on out as I got word that, hey, there's somebody sitting in the subway now.
That's not a drive-through window.
It is not. Let's pull this up and let me show you this, and we'll hit play on the video as we look.
Hey, there's that dadgum truck again.
Now, let me warn you this, Odie. Yeah, there's the truck in the background there. This is going to be a little loud because there's a train passing by and it's doing the horn thing so that the hobos will know to jump off. You got to give signs.
We're in Meridian. Woo woo.
And
Bob's
so-
Kitchen, next stop. Woo woo.
They're jumping off the train on the other side, and we're not kidding. Let's hit play here. Now, again, I warn you, it's going to be kind of loud for a second. Look what happened here.
Wow.
And that gives you a look at what went on. Jumped the curb, busted the window. Fortunately, it just moved the ice cream just a little bit, and the truck actually stopped. Meridian Police Department was on scene, and we appreciate what they did there and got there quickly. And
If they wasn't open 24 hours, they are now.
I spoke to Nick and said, you need a new glass over there at your Subway joint. Here come the judge.
Yeah.
Wouldn't it be bad to stand before the guy that owns the restaurant?
And, sir, did
Wow.
his brakes fail?
That's what he said. But I did see and I don't know the rest of the story. There's always, I do know that one person was detained at the scene, and it could have been for other charges that they may have had
Yeah.
I'm not real sure on that. It's always after they're taken, sometimes other information comes out. But we'll wait and find out on that one there. But at the end of the day, no one was hurt. That's what we're tickled
That's
over.
it. That is great.
All right, we'll be right back. Don't forget those birthdays as we get this going on. Good morning, guys. What subway was it?
Yeah.
Highway 11 South, there at the Stuckey store. There on the right.
Exit and all that. Yeah.
Waters International, you go underneath the bridge, it's the first gas station on the right there.
Stuckey's, it was BP, I think, years ago, and now what is it?
Well, I'd have to go back and look at
Exxon?
pictures.
I don't know.
a
Big
gas
glass front all the way around.
Yes, sir. Before we get to the airport.
Airport exit. Yep.
Yep. We'll be right back as we get your day going.
Downtown Meridian is thriving with a fresh look, and now it's getting a new neighbor. Toyota of Meridian is now open under new hometown leadership. We're bringing automotive knowledge and experience home with a focus on improved customer satisfaction and all new pricing. Toyota of Meridian is excited to serve the Queen City and exceed your expectations.
I'm Trinard Rush, and I want to invite you to Toyota Meridian, where hometown pride.
Are you looking for a job that could last a lifetime? Structural Steel is hiring now. With employees that have been there from 20 to 40 years, they're family owned and operated since 1975. Competitive starting wages, a 401k package, and great insurance. Immediate openings on the day shift and night shift. From entry-level helpers, welding and tacking, grinding and fitting. And the list goes on of job openings. Start your future today at Structural Steel. Call 483-5381.
Our local headlines are brought to you by the Rock House Gun and Pawn.
At the Back Porch, we're bringing families back together for fun, food, and all the things you love to enjoy around your home. Every event starts with a great grill, great cookware, and accessories. Add in some locally sourced meat and dairy, along with frozen vegetables and casseroles, and over 500 brands of spices and sauces. Relax in our chairs, swings, day beds, and have fun with our cornhole boards. From coolers to trailers, we have everything you need. When you see the big chair, you've made it to the Back Porch.
Welcome back, your friend Scotty Ray along with Odie, and I'm not going to call a name, but I think we just got an ugly text sent to us. It says,
What, you just wait, Friday's coming.
y'all look like your mama picked out your coordinating shirts for your picture day.
I mean, mine, I guess they do look similar, just mine's been washed a whole lot more.
Is this called plaid? What is this called?
Plaid,
Okay.
I hope.
This was next in line, hanging in the closet, so that's why I'm wearing it today. I do not look. It's whatever is next. And
I just reached in there and grabbed. I looked at it.
Goes down the line.
That'll work. Yeah.
So, picture day. Who doesn't remember those when you had to do the picture day?
Oh yeah.
And then, when you and I come along, it was Sears that you went to go have your family portrait made. You remember?
Yeah.
One time we spent a little extra money and went to Olin Mills, where Last Chance Tobacco is.
God,
You remember that?
Sure was.
It was right there in the corner.
And every now and then your church directory came out.
Yeah, they did do that, didn't they?
So the church paid for a part to go in the directory, but you had to get family portraits.
Yeah, they'd get your single picture there.
Yeah. So you might as well buy them. You already.
Our last family portrait was at Dollywood, where we went over to the Dixie Stampede. That's our last family portrait.
Our last family portrait.
Dylan was 8.
I was fixing to say, Brian's 30-something years old, and he was a baby. And it was both my grandparents were still living.
You were 3?
And Mom and Daddy. I felt like it. I was, this may have been right before it was right before I went in the Navy.
But, and correct me on this, family portraits have kind of changed because everybody's got a camera now and there's more snapshots. It's not the traditional thing of you get your picture made once every 2 years. Susan likes our shirt. She needs to. That woman, wasn't that what her name was? That woman.
That girl wanted to say it.
Spouting off. This is a particular dangerous intersection. Highway 39 at Commercial Bank. This happened yesterday afternoon. No one was hurt, but boy, let me show you here. This is the over the hill looking down at the accident as it happened there. Yesterday afternoon, a 4-truck and a car, I think that was a Honda, were involved in a little minor incident there. It's pretty common. Y'all watch that intersection as people stop to check on everybody there yesterday afternoon. I see a lot of wrecks that happen there. Whether it's, who knows what causes them, but they do happen from time to time. That's one of those, not as bad as 33rd at Walmart, but we do have them. The Lauderdale County Sheriff's Department, East Mississippi Drug Task Force, along with the SWAT team and Mississippi Bureau of Narcotics, were out yesterday handing out early Christmas cards, I guess you could say. Yeah, let's pull up pictures here, Odie, as we look as they knocked on a few doors beginning around a little after 6 yesterday. 4 individuals were taken into custody there. And this may have something to do, I got a lot of comments of what's going on Minnow Bucket Road. This could have had something to do with the SWAT team being in and about yesterday morning, but 4 people getting their Polaroids taken there. It wasn't Olin Mills, but it's definitely.
I thought they was getting a haircut.
Well, it's. Ward is really catching some rap over that, you know it.
He is. Why's everybody got that? I still, like you said, I'd sell sponsorship.
Yep. Bail bondsman.
Yeah.
You could really do well with that.
Yeah.
Ward's at the Sheriff's Convention along with Anthony and all of our local sheriffs down there learning new things as they do that. And his guys were busy while he's been at work this week. So
it is good because it's networking while you're down there. We do it EMA, police, sheriff's department, all that. it is great to sit there and network with your counterparts and say, hey, look, I've tried this and this is working for me, or we're looking at this, and you really can learn an awful lot at these conventions.
That's right.
It's pretty neat to have and be able to go once a year and learn a lot of new stuff. And Bob says you got email. He does. He still got AOL.
That was uncalled for.
I still, hey, but it works, don't it?
I know, but y'all, I get picked on. I got one of those fancy Gmails for bigger emails that won't hold it.
It was.
And yes, I also have a Hotmail account. We use the AOL still every day, though.
Yeah, Scotty Ray 1969 at AOL.com.
So if you'd like to send us something there, please do. And our app is nearly completed.
Oh, it's coming.
I saw a little snippet of it the other day, and whatever some number is that we had to have to make it work, we finally got that from. Who are those people? Apple. Apple finally gave us to get that we can download the app. You had to have some.
It's tough.
There's a lot of stuff I don't understand.
Yeah, they're picky on who, what, where, when.
Well, they want to make sure that you're a legitimate business, and you have to give all this information. And so we've got that. And so here in the next little bit, it should be coming out.
It's going to be launching.
So you'll be able to get headline, and we're not going to bombard you with things that aren't local. It'll be, when it comes out on there, things that are going on now that you'd like to see.
Yeah, right.
It's another way, like with Facebook and with Twitter. If you follow us there, you get this will come directly to that app, and you'll know. Oh, time to grab it. So,
he's going live.
Yep. Y'all be ready for that. That's coming. We had another incident downtown Meridian yesterday. This would be right there at the Max.
Ooh.
As we take a look there, that's a little testy turn there.
Yeah.
But let's talk about Meridians. I don't know why there's not more accidents. I get so confused every time I go there, and I think, who's up next? Who can go? And you've been there. As you're in, picture with me, you're in North Hills.
Yeah.
You drive off, and I don't know what the name of the shopping center is now. It used to be Broadmoor Shopping Center.
Still Broadmoor.
Oh, it is?
Yep.
Okay.
Still there.
All right. You get down in there, and the hill comes down from Walgreens. You have the corner coming around from the liquor store.
Yep.
And then you have 2 or 3 slots coming from the back parking lot, and then in front of where.
Yeah.
And then everybody meets there in that little bitty space around that corner trying to go. I almost get hit every time I go there. We need a traffic design there.
There ain't one.
Boy, but rarely do we have an accident there, but it could.
It could come close.
And the most confusing intersection in Meridian, let me test Odie. What is the most confusing intersection in Meridian, Mississippi?
Right in front of Queen City Truck Stop.
That was my pick.
Where
rolled
this
through.
lane in the right has the right-of-way to cross over every lane there is.
Yeah.
And these two just come to a stop. And you hope it's first come, first served. It's like a 2-way stop on an 8-lane highway where the right-of-way crosses all. And you can tell these people from out of town because their eyes are that big going, did I just pull out in front of all these people?
Well, I went through it yesterday, and I even questioned myself if I had the right to go through that. It's like mash the gas and go.
Close one eye.
Who made that?
Yeah. I have no idea who came. The same thing at Texas Turnaround, that's going to be number 2.
Yeah.
And if you're going east on South Frontage Road and you try and go west on North Frontage Road and you make that big turnaround there, now you've got to cross 5 lanes of traffic to get all the way to the right-hand lane while 3 other lanes are coming behind you.
And if you're really wanting to go down the frontage road, don't take the right-hand turn there by Massey. Go on up and get on the I-20 exit because it's easier because you never have to let out of the gas.
And you never have to make that squirrely thing by the IHOP.
Yeah, I don't understand. I understand we're trying to get to the IHOP and all that, but the other way is just, well, we could design some roads, couldn't we?
The 4-way stop, and I wouldn't say it's not, there's nothing wrong with the operation, but it doesn't
It's just accident.
that many people in that. It's a high populated area. He's talking about the one in Marion.
Oh, the
There's
Marion.
so many people that a 4-way stop just backs it up.
And they're
that's why
trying to fix it.
They changed everything from 4-way to all-way because we had a lot of people that couldn't count to 4. So they had
Now that you mention that, I have noticed that we're starting to say all way everywhere.
Yeah.
I hadn't even thought about that,
what
Odie.
4-way meant. They couldn't understand, so they said all way. Yeah. But
all I think about is that little boy goes, I'm 4 years old.
I'm
4 years old.
My name's Jeffrey, and I'm 4 years old.
That's all that every time I hear the word four, a 4-year-old.
I'm the same way. But I still think a roundabout would work. But we've got to have a lot of training. There's some people out there that you imagine they don't know how a 4-way stop works, and you think that they just continue.
I watched the General Lee go around the statue there in New Orleans. I watched that movie. Oh, what do we do?
The Texas turnaround is the malfunction junction.
I agree with that, Barry.
Yeah.
We have several intersections that make me scratch my head. I don't have all the answers. We just report what happened. Somebody's got to be there to say, this is it.
That's right.
We'll be right back. Summertime has arrived, and Freeman Tractor on Highway 494 has the exact lawnmower for your need. If you've got a big yard with acres and acres to mow, they have a mower for that. No matter the size yard you have, Freeman Tractor has the lawnmower that fits you and your budget. From 48-inch all the way up to 6 or more. Plenty of these to choose from. Also, they carry a complete line of LS tractors. Come by for a test drive today. Financing available. Drop in today to Freeman Tractor, Highway 494, see coleslaw or buttermilk.
Just $41 a month for this new Brother embroidery machine. Buy it local and get instructions for life, service, financing, the lowest price guaranteed, and take it home today at the Sewing and Vacuum Center in Meridian and So Select in Flowood and Hattiesburg.
Rockhouse Gun and Pawn, located at 5430 Highway 19 North, is ready for spring. From weed eaters to push and riding lawnmowers, and one of the largest selections you'll find in chainsaws, along with power tools and generators for backup power. Maybe you're in the market for a TV or maybe a guitar. And not to mention a large selection of diamond rings and Louis Vuitton purses. The Rockhouse Gun and Pawn even has a private lobby for your pawns for confidentiality. Visit them today, Highway 19 North, Rockhouse Gun and Pawn. Okay, you caught me looking at the map because I was really trying to figure this out.
Yeah.
Well, and the reason, and I want to say, I'm looking for this. East Mississippi Community College, Scuba. That's called Scuba Street.
We can't find the road we're looking for.
Well, there's an imaginary road. And the reason I bring this up, let me show you this. I'm going to have to ask Amanda. I think I know where this house is, and it's gotten a facelift since I last saw it there. As we go here to talk about Snowden and Company, they have homes all the way around. I grew up in Scuba, and I thought, Jackson Road? I ain't never heard of that. Let me pull this up. This is a house in Scuba for sale as we show this. Some of the listings there. I think this is right before you get to the college. I think. I'll have to go check that out. Okay. One of the many that are there. How about Tomb Suba? You interested in there out on Spur Road?
Oh, man, that's a beautiful home.
Yes, sir. We can get you in downtown Meridian as well. If you're looking for a mobile home, any style, if you're just looking for land. Look at this. Now, this is their website, snowdenrealestate.com. You'll go through here and scroll. And let's just go to Scuba here and just click on this. You can take a look at the home here and see what they have to offer. Look at the different pictures that you can look at.
Inside, outside, you can see what it looks like before you go in person and look and see if that's something that you want to look at.
Oh, that's pretty.
And they can take care of all the paperwork. If that's the one you want, tell them, say, hey, that's what I want to get, and let them take it from there. They'll talk to the bank. They'll get all the paperwork ready. They'll have everything for you to sign. You just sign, get the keys, and go on about your life. It is that easy with Snowden and Company.
What do you call those floors right there? That's
stained concrete.
There you are.
With patterns.
Ooh, look at that staircase, whole 9 yards. Anything you're looking for, visit them. They'll help you out there. That's Snowden. They're great folks, as Odie pointed out. Bend over backwards to help you there.
And that's everybody that works down there. That's all of them. It's not just one.
And there is an old Jackson Road in Scuba. I mean, in DeKalb.
In DeKalb. We brought that up, and he shot me down quick. No, wait, ain't it? No, okay. I don't know a whole lot about Kemper, but
Jackson Highway, 731 Jackson Highway, Scuba. I got to look that up.
Hey, if it's hidden, just think you might not have a whole lot of neighbors you got to deal with.
I didn't know that road. I was about 15, and me and Mike Warren was riding around.
It's the first road at the cemetery.
You're right. That is because it used to go to. that used to go to Electric Mills and where the boogeyman lived, the hairy man down through there, where you jump on your truck and ride.
The
if you want.
Sasquatch?
Yeah.
Oh.
That's Old Jackson. It's at the bottom of the cemetery from where I grew up and would run all the way. And then you get down there to the Mennonites and it just ends. The bridge went out and they just closed the road one day.
Well, you're stuck there, aren't you?
Yes. But I just...
Why it looks familiar. 'Cause you lived right down the road.
That may be Delbert's house.
Delbert Hoseman?
No, but he is coming to visit us on the 10th. The lieutenant governor is
So
coming.
he gave us a date.
Yes, sir. He'll be coming to visit with us. So we're learning a few things. Seriously, that may be Delbert Cohen's house. I may have just figured something out.
So that light bulb went off. Did y'all
Yeah,
see it?
it did.
Well,
Ding,
no,
ding, ding,
it's
ding.
under the hat.
Let's stroll back at history as we go back to one of the greatest
man.
westerns. This guy would show up at train stations and kids would just... Whoo. I was standing in a little Ohio town one day and I looked up and there was this little statue over in the corner and it said, home of Bill Boyd. And I said, no.
Ain't that something?
There he is, William Boyd.
Oh,
Hopalong Cassidy. He was a huge movie star in his day. The Westerns owned theaters. People loved it. They really were good. I'm telling you, it had usually a lot of life's lessons where the bad guy always lost in the end.
Yes, he did.
That's just my 2 cents on that. We go back to 1938, one of our favorite characters.
One of our favorite shows.
Yeah. As we go back to Howard Platt was born. He was always the guy that was trying to communicate with Fred but couldn't get it out.
Yeah,
And his partner would have to translate to Fred what he said.
he was trying to chalk drive, but
And he
never
couldn't.
could.
That show was just, it hit at a time when America needed a laugh.
Yeah.
Now, at the same time, I don't know if y'all have seen this floating around. It's out there somewhere on TikTok or it's on Facebook a lot, to where they took Fred and put Donald Trump's face and put Aunt Esther as Nancy Pelosi.
Oh.
And he's insulted Nancy. That is truly the funniest stuff I have seen.
So we need to look for that.
I giggled like a little girl. It was that funny. We go back to 1945 when Don Reed, he would be the lead singer of the group, and wrote majority of the songs of the Statler Brothers.
Statler Brothers.
Harold, Phil, Don, and Lou before Jimmy came along. There's Jimmy over there in the corner right there. And that's Lou, who had a sickness, who had to come out of the group. Do you know you are my sunshine? All those big songs. I'll go to my grave loving you. Whoo. New York City, if you'll remember all that. Big stuff there. Loved them a lot there. We go back to Matlock. I like this old guy.
Yeah.
What do you call it? Tweed suit? Is that what you call it?
No.
It had a name.
Seersucker.
Sear. Who come up with that?
I don't know.
Like Sears? Is that how you spell that?
Sear. Yeah, like we dropped the other S.
Okay, like Sear.
Yeah.
Okay. Did she play his daughter on there?
She played his daughter.
Yeah, it's her birthday. Nancy Stafford. She was born in 1954. Good show.
Michelle. And we're going to see, we're getting real close for the remake. It's fixing to come out.
Of what?
Of Matlock.
No.
Yeah.
Who?
Man, we've talked about this. It's got, what's her name in
Who's
it?
playing it? Am I going to want to do the Gong Show on this?
I'm going to hold off to the first episode. What's the lady that played in
Seersucker. There it is.
Seer? Yeah. Golly, she played in Kathy Bates.
She's going to be a lawyer?
She's going to be Matlock. I need to know the premise of this.
No, she is a fantastic actress.
She is.
And she's tough. Like, I'm scared of her. Good.
Yeah. And she's a great actor. I'm gonna give. She's a great actress.
Does she chew tobacco? Because I think she does. She's that tough.
She probably
and she can swallow.
Yeah, she wouldn't spit. So I'm going to give her one show before I say yay or nay. But now I'm going to have the mallet swung back because
Matlock.
That is my absolute favorite show, and it's a toss up between there and Perry Mason. Between those two are my absolute favorite TV shows, period, point blank.
Bob says she'll break your feet.
She will break your feet on
That
a
woman.
2x4 and a.
That's stuck in my head.
Mine too. Misery was the name of the book. the writer that she had.
Boy, but she's an actress. She is.
So we'll see. You're right. And from what I heard, I hadn't tried to look up a whole lot because I don't want to know too much. She's a family member of Ben Matlock.
Okay.
Kind of taking over the business.
So they're going to tie it into that and not just say that she's Ben.
Yeah, I don't think this is like Magnum P.I.
Yeah, where Higgins became a man overnight.
Went from a man to a woman.
Head surgeon, we didn't even know it.
No, that didn't happen.
Okay.
So
I almost
we'll
feel
see.
like Odie was in charge of this photo shoot here because it makes me want to go chop more wood after looking at it.
Oh, you just want to play the clarinet.
I don't get this. I understand people like the clarinet and
But I like the paycheck he got.
Oh, he got a big paycheck. Kenny G was born on this day in 56. That's wind blowing in that hairdo he's got there.
Yeah.
I ain't saying there's nothing wrong with playing a clarinet. I'm just saying the photo shoot,
Are you saying he should have had a pug?
he needed something. I don't know what it is. We're going to teach a class. What was that song, The 2.5 Men? Manly Men?
Manly Men.
Yeah, that's
something
it.
Like that.
We go back to, let me see who this guy is.
I remember him from the Goldbergs.
Yeah, the Goldbergs. I had to stare there before I saw it. Back in 62, a guy named Jeff Garland was born. The other two shows, I don't know them, but he was also in the Goldbergs. There he is, having a birthday.
Yeah.
And I've never watched an episode of that. I've only seen it as I pass through a living room.
I've seen a few of them. And some, boy, I tell you, everybody's talking about our shirts.
Sperano sax.
But,
Saxophone. Okay, it wasn't a clarinet.
well,
They look similar.
yeah. A
Right.
soprano sax.
Wait a minute.
Or
Bill
alto
Clinton played a
sax.
saxophone, didn't he?
He did.
Hush. I know how his not. I know what's going. Just back off, Odie. 1968 tragedy would strike America for the second time in the same family, as we would learn quickly that Bobby Kennedy had been shot and killed in 68. What a somber moment it was for our country. Tough one there. Now, I like this dude here. I like watching this.
Yeah.
It doesn't matter how many times this show comes on. I'm going to stop what I'm doing, even if I'm in the middle of something, I have to watch it.
And there's been a remake, and I've liked it too.
I hadn't seen the remake.
Yeah.
Shooter, Mark Wahlberg. 1971, he was born. That was a good show.
That was a good show.
Boy, when he plans a comeback after somebody, I'm a sitting U.S. Senator. You can't do anything to me. He showed him, didn't he?
Yeah, he did. All right, watch this.
If y'all want to see a good one there. And let me ask this. Have you ever worked somewhere that every day of your life, that particular person that's over you made your life miserable just because they could?
Yeah, when I was in the Navy.
But all across America, there is somebody that's over a group of people that torments them just because they can. They're never nice. And, well, Johnny Cash thought about that, and he sat down and wrote a song about it. In 1972, it was released to radio today, and it was called Oni, if you will remember that, where he's getting ready to retire, and he's taking everything from Oni, and they're getting ready to hand him his gold watch, and he says, "Oh, Oni." He's going to whoop Oni as he is retired. Have you ever heard the song?
I don't think I have.
Oh, it's hilarious. But he describes every day for the last 25 years of Oni writing him up for being 30 seconds late to work. And he gets his gold watch. Oh, Oni.
I'm fixing to whoop your tail.
That's what it was. I'll play it for you in a little bit.
Yeah,
that was good stuff back in the day. This would be the day that they got on the cover there. Loretta Lynn, Crystal Gale. Do y'all remember? This has been a long time ago. People magazine back in 78.
Wow.
And a lot of people didn't even realize they were sisters. This picture is probably what when a lot of people think of a cowboy, they think that's it standing at the bar. It was iconic. A picture that went around the world in a movie that will never be forgotten.
No.
As it was released to theaters today in 1980, one of the largest soundtracks ever released, in which brought country music to homes that had never heard of it. Texas Sissy, if you remember him putting that nameplate in the back window there.
1980?
Yeah, can you realize it's been that long ago?
No.
So that's 44 years ago?
Yeah.
Oof.
Yeah.
John Travolta, and he almost looks the same. You ever been
Dang.
have you ever been on a bull?
Not a real one.
Have
on
you
a
been
cow.
on mechanical?
I have.
How long did you make it?
Not the whole time. I
Okay,
can say
you didn't
that.
go 8 seconds.
Not that I know of.
All right.
Of course, I had a little inspiration to get on it in the first place.
All righty. I've never had that inspiration. Don't want it either. Depending on who's operating it
That's
over there in the
big
corner,
key right there, you know.
they can make that thing go this way, that way, and
yeah, they can put you off if they want you off.
Tough Heatman can make it, I guess, there. As we go back to T.G. Shepherd in 82 had a number one with Finally. If y'all remember him, the guy who sang I Loved 'Em Everyone. War as Hell on the Home Front, too. I had almost forgotten about this TV show.
I have too.
It was actually a movie. Harry and the Hendersons. Do y'all remember that? It hit theaters today. That guy there, he was in
Third Rock from the Sun.
and Footloose as the preacher.
Yeah. Michigan.
Yeah, we don't know the rest of them in the pictures.
Golly. No.
We would lose
Wow.
the man who is a song's best friend, I think is the way they worded it. He would come into your hearts and homes by that old saying of, hello, darling. I've been here 15 years. Woo! Conway Twitty passed away on this date. I'd love to lay you down. The list goes on and on. I see the want to in your eyes. You've never been this far before. 15 years and I still feel the same. Then you get into the Rose, that new, more modern sound that he did. Passed away, aneurysm, back in 93 on this date.
28 years ago. Wow.
You're right, Harold Jenkins.
John Lithgow, that's his name.
Yeah.
That played the fella in Harry and the Hendersons.
And, and a lot of people, your favorite Conway song, I May Never Get to Heaven, but I Once Came Mighty Close. And then he had all those early cheating songs.
He had some of them now.
Now, he talked about, I try to stay at home and be good and watch TV with the kids. And then he goes, then the devil makes that call. She'd call him on the phone. He had to make up an excuse to go get a pack of cigarettes.
Yeah.
Conway. This time I've hurt her more than she loves me. Happy Birthday, Darling. You remember that one?
Yep.
I have no gifts, no fancy, but what I'm going to take away. Yeah, it's good stuff there. We go back to 93. It went number one today. This guy, we just lost him in his early
different.
60s.
Yeah.
Toby Keith. Yeah, he does look different back in the day. That's when him and Shania Twain were on the Walmart tour together. That's how they grouped them.
Wow.
And they exposed them to everybody by taking them to Walmarts in each town and doing a free concert out front. It worked.
Hey, it did what it's supposed to do.
Should have been a cowboy. This show was awful. I tried to watch it, and I still don't understand it.
I never watched it.
It's bad. Let's just put it as bad. Some of his hit, some of them missed. This was a miss, in my opinion. The Truman Show premiered on this day, and I said,
What was it about?
somebody that was on TV that didn't know that they were on TV is the best I could figure. Let's rank that as a very bad movie, and we'll keep. This was good.
Yes, it was.
1992. This man is he's one of those, if you see him in it, as you mentioned.
It's going to be good.
There we go. Harrison Ford, Patriot Games came out in 92. He was just minding his own business there, and it all went down. We would lose another great. What do you rank this guy as?
Oh, boy. I still think he's number one. He's right there at the top. But it's hard to say because he had so many people that worked with him on both sides of the fence.
They did.
We had one that never got any help. There's still people when Trump said he's going to make Mexico pay for the wall, they actually thought that Mexico was going to write a check and say, okay, we pay for it. They cannot understand. They don't have the mental capacity to understand that, no, by bringing jobs back over here and by charging tariffs, we're going to make way more than what that wall was going to cost by bringing jobs back to America. The people who voted for the other side that don't have the capacity to think about this, So what Trump did and how Trump did it, boy, these
It was
two
kind
are
of hand in
ranked
hand.
number one.
This one just knew when to not say too much, except when he was doing the test thing of, hello,
yeah.
Americans, we have just dropped a bomb on Russia. Do you remember that?
Yeah.
When he was testing them out, we would lose one of the greatest. 2004, President Ronald Reagan passed away on this day. He would be an actor. He would be the governor of California and then roll on to become president of the U.S. of A.
What did what's his name?
Jerry
Flower. He said people are educated beyond their intelligence. That speaks volumes.
It does.
The people who are voting who have no freaking clue.
There's some folks. 2013, we'd get another U.S. postage stamp. We talked about Elvis's yesterday. This guy was big in his own right as he got his stamp today. Johnny Cash, back in 13, got his very on there, Odie. I don't have one of those.
I wish people would have gone back and got some forever stamps. I've still got some forever stamps from a few years ago.
They're worth, well, they've gained value.
Yeah, because I bought them for almost half of what they're going for now.
We should have seen this coming where the end of America started right here. This is where the demise of America began, when they started taking this away from Americans. I want to protest.
It was hurting feelings.
Yes, it was. As we go back to the Miss America contest, we all know that one of the greatest there ever was, is they took away swimsuits. They ended it, 2018. How did that happen? I don't know. Write your congressman. Let's do something about this.
Well, he ain't got the guts to even go after. I know I might hurt somebody else's feelings.
Everybody's worried about everybody's feelings these days. You're right, Odie.
You know.
We'll be right back as we climb toward the top of the hour. We still got a lot to talk about. We ain't done just yet. Don't rush off. We'll be right back.
The Preserve at Meridian is the premier senior living community in the Meridian area, offering independent living cottages, assisted living, and maintain their independence and pursue an engaging lifestyle with a robust activities calendar, personalized care programs, wellness activities, restaurant-style dining, and much more. Call or visit us online today at preserveatmeridian.com to schedule your personal tour.
Collinsville, Mr. Discount Drugs, your local pharmacy and gift shop, thanks you for your continued support. Whether you shop with us in-store, through our app, over the phone, or in our drive-thru, our team will provide the best personalized customer service experience you expect from your local pharmacy. When you call or message us, you are promptly greeted by the Mr. Discount team that's ready to help. When you choose our pharmacy, you're choosing a locally owned pharmacy that cares about you and your community. Collinsville, Mr. Discount Drugs makes a difference.
H&H Residential of Meridian is your #1 carpet and flooring store. If you've been thinking of a new look for your home or office, call for a free estimate or consultation. H&H can install, or you can do it yourself. H&H has all of your design needs from color, style, and texture. If you can dream it, H&H can make it a reality. Come see the large selection of hardwood flooring, laminate, vinyl, and even carpet. H&H Residential of Meridian, open Monday through Friday, 9 to 4, 321 Hawkins Crossing Road. Call Rosemary anytime, 601-462-9541.
Here's a guy that we all know and trust very much, Chet's Paint and Body. If you need a fender bender fix, Chet will take care of you there. Highway 495 there in the curve, and they do just about anything when it comes to a car. Yeah. Painting it, putting it back together. If Humpty Dumpty's been injured, well, they'll help you out there. Here's a Humpty Dumpty picture right there. Ooh. That's what you call a T-bone, isn't it?
That looks like a telephone pole.
It could be. It may have been. These things just happen from time to time, and Chet's there to take care of it. There's Paint and Body shop there, as they look at that a little bit clearer there on that way. They can do a classic to, well, repairing the one that you've got now. Whatever the case is, if you had a deer invade your privacy, he'll put it back.
Invade your privacy.
737-2961. That does happen occasionally,
yes,
doesn't it?
It does. Kind of like a tree stepped out in front of you.
Where'd it come from? We hear stories.
Oh, man.
Don't forget, we'll be giving away the coffee mug here in just a few minutes. Make sure you get those in to us.
Oh, yeah. We've got a few to make up from and that we missed, but we're definitely going to give that away here in just a few minutes. So you've got just a little while longer to get your name in for the happy birthday or the happy anniversary.
I got to talk back to Scott County, as they have found a body in Scott County. Odie, I'm not sure if you're up to date on all this. Somebody was picking up aluminum cans and discovered a decomposing body. And one could now, before we get out of hand, it could be somebody that just had a medical. We don't know yet.
Oh, yeah.
And we'll check and see where this investigation is going on this. But, you got to put yourself in the place of the person who found that. Man, that would be shocking. It's not anything that you want to just, stumble upon. It's a bad thing there. Lee County, Tupelo, Mississippi. You know what they don't allow up there?
What's that?
Climbing on top of the stall in the bathroom, peeping over the top.
Ooh,
they will cuff and stuff you up there.
Voyeurism there get you in trouble, will it?
It happened there. A 32-year-old man was arrested, and they are calling it that big word there, voyeurism. I call it just sick.
We call that peeping Tom.
Yes, sir. That's what that is. What is the history with that? Who was Tom?
So from what
do you know the story?
Yeah, from what I remember, there was we'll say a house of ill repute back in the old
before the red light
days,
district and before pineapples.
Yeah. And so the townspeople were getting her out of town. They don't approve of her, so out of town she goes.
Okay.
She had to ride out on a horse. Well, she went out naked. And everybody in the town turned around and looked the opposite way and had their back to her, except for one guy who turned around and watched her as she went off, and his name was Tom.
And that was Peeping Tom.
And so they
I ain't never heard
Peeping
that,
Tom.
Odie. I did not know the story of that. Peeping Tom.
I told Amy last night, I said, if I tell you that a buzzard dips snuff, you ain't got to look under the wing for a can. Just listen. I'm going to tell you. I bet she never did Google that.
Oh, have
Because
mercy.
she found out I was smart.
I ain't touching that one. Yeah, I missed a lot of phone calls yesterday, and I didn't know what was wrong. And I was sitting here, and my phone, I looked down after that, because for me to go an hour without this thing doing something,
yeah,
I looked down, and it said SOS.
Mine's doing that this morning. It just started this morning.
And however you want to word this, there was trouble yesterday. Outages, and they never go into a lot of this. AT&T and also Verizon, they're supposed to be back to normal at this point.
Well, they're not.
But Odie, I can't help but think this is another one of these cyber attacks to where it went dark, as Bob put there. They went dark yesterday to where phones went out. It is people testing our infrastructure. You cut out cell phones communication in America is over. You cut power, it's over. There's a lot of people that wouldn't know where to drive without their phone.
And redundancy. AT&T.
This second time it's happened, isn't it?
C-Spire.
So you're kind of backed up no matter what.
And then got other AT. So yeah, we utilize 3 different services. Because if one goes down, we've got to have another one. If that goes down, we've got to have another one. 2 is 1, 1 is none. Redundancy across the board. You got to have it.
We're going to have to send Greg or Julia to find out the rest of this story, but we watched last year John Snyder, Bo Duke.
Yep.
His wife passed away from cancer. He was upset.
It hurt him. Yes,
Pretty much, I thought that love was over. It only took a year for him to fall in love again.
Done found a nerd?
He done found another. I don't know if he's married to her just yet, but he's in love again. He said he felt he would never love again, but it only took a year. Good luck with them.
Well, then.
Some people rebound a lot quicker than others, so to speak.
Yeah, and like I said, I hadn't been there, so I don't know.
Do you remember the baseball star we brought up the other day that I couldn't pronounce his name?
Yeah.
For gambling, they have banned him for life from the sport. He got a Pete Rose for gambling. I guess other sports does it, don't they?
Don't know.
Okay, I don't know much about it. I'm not much of a gambler.
Bob said if his GPS quits, he'd have to buy another house to get home.
There are places in Meridian I have to do Googling. Sometimes I have to call Odie and go, have you ever heard of this road? Because I don't know where it is.
What's bad is when we have an emergency and we have a road shut down and people come up, well, you can't come through here. Well, how do I get home? Well, you'll have to find it. I don't know another route. Well, it's time you learn another route. You need to always have at least 2, if not 3 or 4 ways home, because you need to drive those every now and again.
Just to learn a new way there.
Yeah.
Hello. All right, we're going to be right back as we'll do birthdays in just a second.
Ooh,
and as
up.
always, I got on to yesterday, Odie. I was sitting at a red light yesterday, and I saw my phone ding, and when I got to where I was going, I read the text. It said, "Shame on you." And I said, "Why?" And they said, "You didn't do a Bible verse yesterday." And I thought, oof. You always have it pulled up, and I let it. So we're doing a Bible verse in just a moment. Y'all don't rush off. We'll do that. We're coming right back.
Advanced Auto Glass by Joey can handle all your windshield repair and replacement needs. Service work is guaranteed and covered by warranty. Our technicians are professional, auto glass trained, and have over 100 years of combined experience. Advanced Auto Glass by Joey utilizes in-house calibrations for vehicle safety systems. Most insurances are accepted, and reliable mobile service is available in surrounding areas. Keep cars cool and secure with custom tinting, side mirror replacement, and AquaPal windshield wipers. There's one clear choice in auto glass repair. Advanced Auto Glass by Joey.
Battery power made by steel. Right now, save $50 on select AK System battery tool sets. Real steel. Find yours.
The notes we get sometimes make us laugh.
Oh, Bob, I like that, and we hope that Barry gets off his Herald and goes to work too. He might be riding Herald to work.
Those things do happen, don't they? There.
Yeah.
Kathy Lee Gifford, do you remember her? Wasn't she on that show with Regis Philbin?
Regis and Kathy.
Do you remember when her husband got caught with the stewardess?
I remember something about that, yeah.
And she answered finally, and it's no secret of why she stayed with him. And she goes, "I didn't want my family to be torn apart." So they worked it out.
You know, she was in that, she was on that That's Incredible.
That's right, she was, wasn't she?
Yeah.
Yeah.
You didn't leave him because he had money. More money than she had.
There they are back in the day. Kathy Lee Gifford. I hadn't heard her name. And Regis was just like the guy that was Mr. America in the mornings. He was casual, funny. I liked him.
Yeah.
And I can't watch Ryan Seacrest. He doesn't do it for me.
On nothing he does. Who is he anyway? I ain't got a clue.
He drops the ball and they took Dick Clark's place.
And that's all.
Yeah. And it isn't my type thing there.
No.
I like me some Paul Harvey and Mel Regis every now and then for a shake-up.
I like that Scotty Ray and Odie show.
Yeah, I've heard about that one. Yeah. Let's do some birthdays, Otis.
Oh, let's do some birthdays. We get on there. All right, yesterday had Elisa King had a birthday. Happy birthday. Along with yesterday, Carly Beth Richardson, 14 years young. Pam Morgan's got a birthday. Maddie Brooks, 12 years old. Michael Carzales, I hope I pronounced that right, 5 years old. We missed this one yesterday. Bill and Wally Starnes' 60-year anniversary. Chloe Gressett Simmons having a birthday. Jessica Ray Lofton's having a birthday. Tiny Marshall, 71 years young, along with Glenda Barrett's had a birthday. And Terry Shelton, 53 years old yesterday. So we're going to hit that button, plug this thing in. Hit the go, and Jessica Ray Lofton is the winner of the Scotty Ray Report Hyundai of Meridian coffee mug that you can go and get at Hyundai of Meridian, Highway 39 North at the Big Silver Building. Go by, test drive a vehicle while you're there. They got a bunch on the lot.
Yeah.
Some nice ones. So happy
Alicia
birthday.
tells us, and Kathy Lee Gifford may have done Name That Tune.
I don't remember that one.
Oh, I remember Name That Tune. I just don't remember who was in charge of it.
And Ryan is taking over for Pat Sajak. Worst thing in the world.
He's moving into
retirement.
No, into the Spin the Wheel thing. What's the name of that show? Wheel of Fortune. He's taking.
Yeah, he's taking Pat Sajak's place now.
Is he the man for that?
No.
Man, I mean, that's an important slot.
Need to get to somebody else. But
I don't know who it would be, but
Seacrest, no, come
a little bit too
on.
much. He just wouldn't have been my pick for that.
He ain't my pick.
Have they done testing that says that America likes that? Do you think that we missed something?
Well, now, you know they tell America what to feel, and majority goes, okay.
And I'll explain this. When I was in radio, it boiled down to about 6 people that really controlled what you heard on the radio. I often didn't go by their standards, but what they would do is take 100 people and put them in an auditorium, and they'd play a few seconds of a song. And if the majority of those touched that they liked it, that's how you ended up hearing it on the radio. If nobody touched it, you never heard the song again. And then you had consultants, when the new songs would come out, they go, yeah, this is going to be hit. They didn't know anything. It was people they knew telling them to play it.
Yeah,
Did I slip up and tell that?
Well, and that's a good little deal.
But that's how they tested a song's longevity, a song that would never go away. Like Billy Gilman, it finally, thank goodness, went away. One Voice, you remember that awful song?
Pat's daughter, I think she's come in and done a couple little shows or something. Vanna White done a few. Now, she really wasn't good. You know, he had some medical issues, and Vanna came in and did some things, and she's
Can Vanna talk? I mean, we've never heard her say anything.
She can speak, but yeah,
she's photogenic. I saw some pictures one time.
Definitely photogenic.
Yeah, I heard about that.
Yeah, yeah, Mr. Odie's GQ watch. I went from orange to yeller.
Yeah, that sticks out, Odie. I feel like I'm on Sesame Street with him.
It's the same watch.
Yeah, there you go.
Different.
It sticks out.
Cover.
We want to say thank you for each and every one of you joining us today. It's been a blast, as always. Thank you very much for letting us in your homes, your businesses, and your cars, wherever you may be. Odie, give us some good words to leave for today.
Yeah, so we're going to go to 3 John 1, verse 11. Dear friend, do not imitate what is evil, but what is good. Anyone who does what is good is from God. Anyone who does what is evil has not seen God. I tell you, we're in this time where right is wrong and wrong is right. And we've got to keep our eyes and put our eyes back on the Lord Jesus Christ. Bring God back into our everyday lives on every aspect. And He will bless us, and He will heal us, and He will keep us in His house forever. And we enjoyed being here with y'all today. Thank y'all for all the calls and texts I got about Mama yesterday. Thank y'all so much. We appreciate that. I do. And hope you have a blessed day. We'll be back a little less than 23 hours. But until then, not only the Lord Jesus Christ loves you, but we do too.
Absolutely.
Have a wonderful day.
The Scotty Ray Report is brought to you by our following partners.